we always see you between us, and we're very happy to have you with us. We are very pleased to have DTM Kandi tonight as a speaker and as our evaluator, and as well we're really happy to see Omar again with us. Donglen is always with us tonight, and also for the physical guests, we are really happy to have you tonight. I hope you can hear me now. So this year was a bit challenging for each one of us. Either it is something related to the country, something related to us personally, professionally, and I believe each one of us has moved on, has moved forward into positives into their professional life or personal life. Personally and honestly, this year was really beneficial for each one of us. And if wanted to say a news tonight, since the theme is about the news of 2021, I would say it wouldn't be a really funny news, but the way that I got into Toastmasters were kind of funny, and how something just clicked here and told me that Toastmasters is here to build my personality, build my public speaking, and then be a good and motivational leader in the future. So why not every one of us just improve ourselves, either professionally, personally, or anything else? That's where the new year tells us that this is a new year, this is a new chapter, and this is where things starts again. I'm really happy to have everyone with us tonight, and hope you enjoy it. Today, our TME, Mayor Shaheen, and our president, and for this last meeting, she will be speaking about us for the news of 2021 that we had this past year, and I can't wait to laugh all of us together. Before we start, I would like to state some of the rules that we're all used to them. Try to not speak in Arabic. Don't speak in Arabic. Don't be offensive. The meeting will be recorded for those who are joining us online. So if you have any problem with having the meeting recorded, please don't hesitate to contact our VPM Roland. And we would really like to see your beautiful faces. For those who have their cameras off, please try to put them on so we can see you and enjoy the meeting together. And finally, as I always say, enjoy every single moment of this meeting. As for those who are joining us physically, try to have your phones on silent so we avoid any sound while someone's on stage. Avoid moving around, and have your masks on. We know that still COVID-19 is still occurring around the world, so we try to keep each one of us safe. And as I say, I would like to repeat it because I love this sentence a lot, and this is the last time I will say it. Enjoy every single moment of this meeting. And now I would like to give the stage to our president, Marie Shaheen.
Thank you, Yasmina. Thank you for this wonderful last introduction from your end. I would like to call this meeting for the last time. This is a very emotional moment for me. This year has been very exciting. And it was also stressful. It was stressful because during this year, our team has struggled with COVID. It has struggled with economical crisis. It has struggled with members leaving the club or leaving the country. And Kamal is here and can attest to the struggles that we've had to organize each and every meeting and present the best quality possible. But we've also had some ups during this year. I still remember, and some of you still remember in May, how we had a member reach DTAC, which is the District Toastmasters annual conference, for those who don't know about it, and won second place in the evaluation contest for all of us to be proud. And we've also started doing hybrid meetings, and we're doing them successfully. Of course, we have room for improvement, but we're doing well and we are on the right track. So we've had good news, and we've had plenty of new members and new faces and new guests. So it's enough to make me happy about this year, how we survived through the difficulties, and how we're excited to see the future. Today, we're going to share some news, not sad, not happy, but strange, weird, and funny, and I hope that you will enjoy them. I will show them to you throughout the meeting. But first, let me introduce you. What are we? We are Toastmasters. I've told you a few good things that we've done throughout the year, but we're not the only ones who did them during this year. We are part of a huge network of Toastmasters club. We are Mercury Toastmasters. In Lebanon alone, we have 4 other clubs. We are Rotos, Speakers and Leaders, Loudspeakers, and our Arabic Toastmasters Club DAL. And we are part of Area 1, which is Lebanon, Division A, and District 105. For today, I will be leading this meeting, and I hope that you will have fun with me tonight. We have, as questions, set of speakers tonight. And then we have the table topics section, which is led by Suraya Nasser, ending by the general evaluation led by Khaled Shatila. But to start, I will not be leading this meeting on my own. Just like throughout the year, I did not lead this club on my own. We have a team of committed role takers who will help me lead this meeting. Starting with Yasmina, I would like to welcome you again to introduce your role as grammarian. Yasmina, the floor is yours.
Thank you again. Good evening again, everyone. I'm glad to be, and I'm glad to be the grammarian for tonight. So, as the team says, to speak about some funny, hilarious, funny news, I will be sharing with you the word of the day. I will be the grammarian making sure of the use of the language throughout the entire meeting. At the end of the meeting, I will be get back to you with my report. So, as for the word of the day and the first, I will be sharing my screen. I hope it could be. Oh, I can't see it. I can't share for some reason. So I will say it now and share it in the chats. So the word of the day is chuckle. It means laugh quietly or inwardly. An example, I chuckled at the astonishment on her face. I hope everyone used the word of the day. I would like to encourage each one of you to use the word of the day as much as you can. Best of luck, and back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Yasmina. And next, we have our timer and Zoom master, Roland. Please welcome Roland to introduce his timer role tonight. Roland, the stage is yours.
Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters. Since this is the last meeting with this cabinet, I'm gonna make it short. For our both speakers, Diti Antoni and our beloved Digan Nital, I'll be showing the green card, which is this one, at 5 minutes, the yellow card at 6 minutes, and the red card at 7 minutes. After this period, both speakers have 30 seconds to wrap up their speeches. I wish you the best of luck, Diti Amkani and Digant Nital, and back to you, our TME Marijo Shaheen.
Thank you, Roland. Yasmina and Roland have been an integral part of this year's Exicom, and I could not be prouder to see them lead with me this final meeting of the year. Now we have our two speakers, starting with speaker one, Connie or Rabi. Yes, Connie or Rabi. Okay, I will be evaluating Connie Rabi's speech. So to introduce very briefly her Connie is doing her level 1 speech project 2 evaluation and feedback speech 1 from her engaging humor pathway. So her objective is to improve her humor in her speeches. Her speech title is Why More? Why More? DTM Connie Arabi. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Please don't chuckle, but laugh out loud when you think I'm humorous, because it's a humorous speech. Why more? When we start living, you know, as a small baby, the first thing we do, it's either drinking, eating, or that's the baby. The baby doesn't think at all. Then we grow a little bit bigger. Let's say primary school. And then to get friends, it's so important. We want to have friends. Oh, I still remember when I was in the last class of my primary school, I had a boyfriend. Well, I wanted him to be my boyfriend. And every day he would go to school and play football. So I wanted to learn football and him to be proud of me a bit, but I didn't know anything about football. So it never happened. He didn't become my friend. He only was my neighbor. So I befriended his sister to see him now and then. And then I went to secondary school. And again, I was in love with a boy of a higher class. You know what I did? I put a small paper in his jacket. I love you. And he never knew it was me. I was so much in love. Secondary school, there we start thinking a bit. We want to get good grades. We want to make something out of our life. Maybe we think about what we want to study. But anyway, we want more and more and more. To be the best of the class, maybe. And then we grow older. We have our friends. Maybe we passed secondary school, we got our diploma. But always, most of the time, we did what our parents wanted from us. They decided our path. But it's so important that we decide about our path ourselves, that we want more. So when I grew older, I was studying Spanish, Arabic, because I wanted to make a change. My goal in life was to unite people, cultures, different languages, different people, Middle East. For me, it was always special, and it is still. Sometimes something has to happen before you really start thinking about what you want. What is your passion in life? For me, all of a sudden, I got cancer. And that really is a moment of thinking. Do I want to live? Just to live automatically? Or do I want to live life? And that's when I really chose, I want to live life. And for example, sometimes you lose people that are very dear to you, like me, my mom, last year, 21st of July. And then again, she decided it was okay, it was enough. And I decided, I want to live life. I really want to live. And it's so important that you really think in life, what is your passion? Don't just live. I mean, when we get born, it's the first day of dying, right? Because you know we live to die. But is that what we want? When do you decide to live for living? Whatever happens around you. And that's when I really want to inspire people to live, to think, to do. I still remember I delivered a speech in Egypt. And people were crying when I was speaking. I said, what is a real success for you? That your children will become a doctor or an engineer? Is that what you really want? Is that success? Is that happiness? Or is it very important that your children will become what is really their passion? That they really do what they want. If they want to become a dancer or a singer, that's okay. Why not? You have to let them be what they want, what is their passion. And most of the time, and that's what I saw in the Middle East, but also in India, that parents think happiness is only to have the highest grade. Money is important. Education is important. But it's not important. It's important that you're happy, that you follow your passion, that no matter what happens, that you can go on. Look to Lebanon. Lebanon is a big example. Whatever happens, war, pandemic, whatever, you will stand on your feet and you will go on and you will make it happen again. I know, I saw it. I was there after the war. Everything was, there was nothing. And then in a few years, it went up again. All those people that left the country, I know most of them, they will come back once it goes better. So I ask you, Toastmasters, people, friends, what do you really want in life? What is your passion? Start living your life. Don't chuckle anymore. Laugh out loud. Take your challenges. Doesn't matter what happens, because passion is in here, in your heart. And that's what it is about. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Connie, for this wonderful speech. You really inspired us all. Thank you so much. And now Connie has another role directly after her speech. She's challenging herself. She will be evaluating our second speaker, Digant Vital. I hope, Digant, you're ready for your speech. But before you come up, Connie, are you ready to speak really briefly about Digant's objectives? You're muted.
So Digant Vital, he will deliver a speech from level 3 presentation mastery, elective 1, inspire your audience. Well, the title already is so inspiring, he can't miss it, because he wants to make a toast for Toastmasters and for Mercury for sure. So I'm ready to hear it. Thank you so much. You will inspire, I'm sure.
Thank you, Connie. And now, Digant Vital. First, everyone prepare a glass of water or anything so that you can toast to Digant's speech. Digant Vital, a toast for Toastmasters, a toast for Toastmasters, Digant Vital.
Just 1 second.
I have a special glass
Okay.
for you.
Thanks. So, friends, today, let me raise a toast for our club. It was the date of 1st May 2020 that I received a message from a person named Mary Jo Shaheen that Digant, I am told by our club president Suraya Nasser that you want to join our club. And I said yes. And then began a journey with a club that still continues to inspire. And today I am going to share with you all about why it continues to inspire. Even if Lebanon faced revolution on 17th October, we still rose like a phoenix and chuckled. Even if corona pandemic actually hit the Toastmasters and world, we still rose like phoenix and chuckled. Even if the currency crisis hit us, we still rose like a phoenix and chuckled. Even if Beirut bombing happened and we lost our near ones, we still rose like a phoenix and chuckled. Apart from this, I am a person, I am a Toastmaster who travels across the world, coaches many clubs formally or informally regarding club quality these days. Today, I am sharing with you all that I quote example of Mercury Club to each and every club to tell them that this club in Lebanon faced so many challenges ever since it was chartered or even before that, but still they are strong and shuffling towards their growth. I would like to quote about Barack Obama, the earlier ex-US president, that he used the word, the chant in his presidential campaign. Yes, we can. But I would say that this club in Lebanon and every member of this club actually became an embodiment of such thing. My dear friends, this is not just the toast for the Mercury Club. This is the toast for its resilience, for towards all the challenges that it faced. All it is a toast towards all the determination that the club and its member had towards keeping the fire of learning and self-development burning. This is the toast for the executive committee as well, because at the end of the day, you are the one who took up who have to take the responsibility. But stops with you. There might be many challenges. I must say, things might have been much more brutal, but still, you never let down your guard. My dear friends, as you all have seen, that our club and we in Toastmasters fraternity kept this flame burning with our strength of resilience, determination, and enthusiasm burning and strong. I can just say one thing that we are far more strong than this. Let me be honest at this point. There might be a lot of challenges to come, honestly, and I must say, some might be even more painful. But today, I want you all to remember that whenever you face a challenge, just remember these qualities of being resilient, determined, and jumping with enthusiasm, and keep the fire or flame of self-learning and positivity burning. Today, I want you all to join me in raising the toast for the Toastmasters International, its leaders, and most especially each and every member of our club, which is still weathered all the storms to emerge like a phoenix from its ashes. to Toastmasters in Mercury Club, and hence I put an end to my words.
Toast, Digant, for an amazing speech. Thank you so much for your speech, Digant. Your presence in Mercury and in Toastmasters makes it better. And these were our two amazing speakers for tonight. You can remember that. Let us give 1 minute for voting, but first, Rona, if you can confirm if both were on time. Okay, both were on time. So if you can send them as well the link on the WhatsApp groups so that our physical audience can vote. And 1 minute for voting. The feedback will be a bit later on. And if host can give the audience and the stage co-host, please, that would be nice. Thank you. Just for sharing screen. Thank you, Laurent. I just, 1 moment actually. Did you give me co-host for the audience? Share screen. 1 moment, please.
Please try now.
So now that we're done with our speakers, I want to share the screen for a moment and give you some of the funniest, news that I've encountered for 2021. So this is the real news by the Italian man tested COVID vaccine wearing a fake arm. This actually happened, and I hear that actually it did happen in Lebanon as well, someone, which is not really shocking actually, because people. The next one. Okay, speak louder. 4 hours. Ignore calls from rescuers because of unknown number. This is someone that is seriously scared of replying to people. Maybe some introvert. I'm not sure. Surely not a Toastmaster. On real headline, people in England urged to be patient amid reports hugging may soon be allowed. Is that you, Khaled? we are all excited to hug again, and we already started actually partially, so that's understandable. And this is actually, I still have some more. I will say them right now. Saudi Arabia banned 40 camels from a camel beauty contest for allegedly having touch-ups like Botox and fillers. Okay, yeah, camels. I was already weirded out by people having Botox and fillers. Now camels, I'm not sure. No comments on it. Spiders spiders. If you're afraid of spiders, some spiders are actually afraid of themselves. True story. So don't worry, you shouldn't be afraid. A broken bullet on face and has been misdirection to return to regular life. Well, why not adult diapers? And the last one, Canada taps into strategic resource to deal with massive shortage of maple syrup. Yeah, we have shortage of electricity, of oil, and they have shortage of syrup. Yeah. So sad story. I hope you had some laugh out of them. But now we have another kind of fun with Soraya Nasser, our favorite topic section. Let me welcome our future president, Soraya Nasser, to lead this section. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, we have a few days left from 2021, and soon we're heading towards 2022. But New Year doesn't work out if we do not sit together with our families and watch predictions. That's why today, since MJ brought you some headlines from 2021, I will be giving you some of my predictions for 2022 and some other people's predictions for this year. And I'll be giving you a question based on this prediction. So, before we start with the session, I would like to ask the timer to give us the timing rules for this session, and then I will give a briefing for the new guests. Timer, please.
So hello again. I'm your timer today, and for the table topics section, I will be showing the green card at 30 seconds for guests, the yellow card at 1 minute 30, and the red card at 2 minutes. For the members of Toastmasters International, I'll be showing the green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30, and the red card at 2 minutes. Both
Roland,
members.
can you keep it a bit backwards? Because if you put it all the way in the camera, it loses its color.
Definitely. Thank you for the note,
Thank you.
Both members and guests will have 30 seconds of grace period to wrap up their speeches. Best of luck to all of our participants, and back to you, Madam TTM.
Thank you, Bruno. So now, before we start, I'd like to give you a few headlines on how to answer the topics. Make sure before you start, just give yourself 30 seconds to think of the question. Second, do not be afraid of creating a story or making up something. And we can also be funny, so don't be shy about that. We won't judge you. Second, relax. It's time to have fun. So it's nothing serious. We're just having fun and enjoying our time while we try to practice a skill that is useful for in our real lives. So, who would like to come up first? Let's start by the physical audience. Anyone from the physical audience would like to come up? Yes. Maria? Maria. On Google. Do not. So if you had the chance to store your memories on Google Cloud, would you or would you not?
Interesting question, actually. Because first of all, I'm a software engineer. And second of all, I always think about whether I would keep my own files on the cloud, let alone my memories. But I have a rule in general. Whatever data I don't want to get out there, it shouldn't even exist on my phone. So whether or not I store my memories in the cloud, I wouldn't. This is funny, but I learned to enjoy the experiences as they happen. So generally, whatever the experience I have in life, whether it is good or bad, I just leave it. Like I live it to its fullest, and then somehow I say goodbye, or I just move on because if it was a good experience, then maybe they look for something better, something different. And if it was a bad experience, then maybe okay, keep the lesson, just move on. So no, I wouldn't want to keep these memories because I want to live each day, like I want to live my life day by day. And for security purposes, if I'm a software engineer, I wouldn't do it. They don't need my data. No one needs it. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I was actually waiting for you to say this. And honestly, I didn't expect you to be a software engineer, so I think this was a good choice that you come up first. Thank you. Now I would like to ask someone from our Zoom meeting. I would like to ask for the gut. Are you ready?
Yes, Surya. Just 1 second. Am I audible?
Your voice, yes, your voice is audible. Can you hear me on Zoom?
Yes, I can hear you. Just I request that if you can put the topic in chat also, because I think people may be having some audibility issue, so it can help me also.
And maybe ask people without a role first.
Yes, yes. I haven't seen anyone on Zoom want to come up. Is there anyone who wants to come up from Zoom other than the guild?
Omar, like to Omar,
Should
would
I-
you like to come?
Okay, we'll take the guild. I'm gonna give.
Would
I can join. I can participate.
Okay. Okay. Now we have someone.
I'm Dongling.
Okay, perfect. So my prediction for 2022 is that not to be.
Can I hear you? No, yes, now it's better.
Okay. Okay, so the prediction for 2022 is that it's no longer legal not to be vegan. So, what is legal in your opinion, but must not be legal? Question is, it's illegal not to be vegan. What is legal, but must not be legal in your opinion?
This is a very interesting topic. I think legal, the word, the definition of being legal is different from country to country. I think in Lebanon, probably what is legal, what is illegal is to maybe for not for Lebanon, maybe for some Muslim countries, what is illegal is to drink alcohol. I've stayed in Sudan. This is a typical Muslim country, and it's strictly forbidden for people to drink alcohol. Sometimes the police will come into your home to arrest you if you are found to be drinking alcohol with your family members, with friends, and even sometimes you drink alcohol in private. And even if you buy some alcohol from duty-free shops and carry it in your luggage and you enter that country, it is considered as illegal. So for me, I'm not an alcoholic person, but I know the value of alcohol for social networking, for making friends, for relaxation, for relieving the stress. So I think what should be legal is to turn this ban on alcohol into more relaxation, more of a personal choice instead of a legal restriction. It is your personal choice to drink or not to drink. And you should not be forced by anyone to drink. You should also not to be forced to not to drink. So that is probably something could be considered to be legal rather than illegal. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So can we have a drink now? Okay, so who would like to come up from Zoom? I think someone told me there was someone who's interested. See? Lima? Lima, are
Yes,
you
I
interested
can
in coming up?
hear your question very well because we have difficulties to hear you.
Okay, I'll speak close.
Not too difficult, please.
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I think in 2022, coffee becomes extinct. How would you go on with your day?
What will become? The first sentence, I did not hear it very well.
Okay.
In 22, what will happen?
In 2022, coffee will go extinct. We know we won't have any more coffee beans.
Good.
So how would you go on with your day? Did you hear me?
Coffee. Yes, it's okay. Thank you. Coffee, coffee, coffee. If we don't drink coffee in the morning, we will not feel strong enough to go on with our day. That is what we have in mind, because of course, coffee is something which excites our energy and our body. But there are many other things that can help us get energy in the morning and face our job or long list tasks to do during one day. So for me, if I won't be able to have coffee, I will drink tea, but the good tea, the strong tea in the morning. And it will be enough for me because I am a very active person. I have energy when I go working. So maybe tea will be my my solution. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honestly, if I were to live through that, I would commit murder. Nobody should take my coffee away from me. Okay, so do we have any more volunteers? Come on, you'd like to come up? Okay, so come on. Okay, come on. Solar storms will hit Earth. Can you hear me?
Repeat, please.
Okay, so I was saying, solar storms will hit Earth and will destroy our network infrastructure. We will say goodbye for the internet for some time.
What do you think is a basic skill that we need to survive such a crisis? I repeat, solar storms will hit Earth and we will no longer have internet because of that. What do you think is a basic skill that we need to survive a world without internet?
Hello, everyone. 65 million years ago, some cosmic event took place which made dinosaurs extinct. They didn't have enough sunlight, I guess. Now we are 65 million years later. Us humans are used to having internet in the daily life. We check our WhatsApp in the mornings. We have our alarm on the phone. We get news coming to us without even asking. We get even advertisements, all because of the internet. Now, if the cosmic storms hit the Earth, I would say not having internet would be the least of my worries. Actually, I would welcome this break. I would like to go back to life, to living my life the way it was before the internet age. The internet has revolutionized our lives, and we forgot what it means to go out and play with our friends, to go hiking, to walk around on the streets for many hours, thinking, considering many things in life. We are now becoming slaves of the internet. And I believe if this cosmic storm were to hit Earth, provided we get enough protection from the radiation, I would be very happy to go back and have other people in society join me and learn how to enjoy life before the internet ever happened. Just think about it. Didn't people live their lives back in the, say, 70s or 80s or even early 90s? I certainly have. Back to you, Toastmaster Thoraya.
Thank you so much. Well, I think that, yes, definitely we are relying a lot on the internet. And one thing that today's generation will not know how to use is an encyclopedia, an actual one. So thank you, Kamal, for your answer. Any more volunteers from Zoom before we ask our audience here? Any volunteers from the room? Omar, are you interested in coming up?
Yes, I am audible.
Okay. So my prediction is that, okay, one second. Okay. So in 2022, we will have more COVID variants. What is the thing that you miss the most from life before COVID? So in 2022, we'll have more COVID variants. What is the thing that you miss the most from life before COVID? The stage is yours.
Yes, I think that the most thing that I missed before COVID is going to school and attend live classes because yes, during physical attendance I understand more and like that.
You hear me?
Sorry, I can't. I can't. I have an internet problem.
Would you want to continue or repeat your answer? Because I think there. Okay. Uh, okay. So we move on to the next speaker until Omar is available. Digant, would you like to come up? Digant, can you hear me?
Yes, Suraya, I'm able to hear
Okay.
you.
Okay.
But it is wrong, Diganta, which you are saying right now. I think, yeah, that's me. I think we need
Okay.
to
Okay, so my question to you is, in 2022, your kitchen will restock itself. So what technology you think we need in our lives today? In 2022, your kitchen will be able to restock itself. What technology you think we need in our lives today?
In 2022, what happened? In 2022, what happened? Can you just type in chat?
Okay, so what technology you think we need in our lives today? That's the question.
Okay, thanks, Suraya. I am a very, very enthusiastic traveler. Recently, I was in Mumbai and Pune. And going by the thing that I really love this club, I think we should have the technology of blogging and creating such websites through which we can actually virtually travel. In fact, let me break the suspense a little bit earlier that as part of my DTM project, I want to take up this initiative to create a private blog in which I should be having the videos from YouTube regarding various places in Lebanon and also regarding various country specific blogs, so that even in these times when we are facing digital revolution to its extremes, we should be able to visit these countries, these places, these streets, in fact, and call ourselves as a virtual traveler so that we can be human. So I believe that we need to create our own identity as well as identity of the places that we want to visit by using this technology of writing the law. And today, through these table topics, I urge every Toastmasters, every Toastmaster to actually work towards writing their blogs so that we can create our own identity. We can and we should. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Digant. Sadly, it's 8:30 and the Toastmaster of the evening told me that this is the end of my session. So I hope you enjoyed it. We'll have definitely more table topic session. And now I return control to our Toastmaster of the evening, Mary Georgia.
Thank you, Suraya. I hope you all enjoyed this table topic session. I surely did. Now let us take 2 minutes to vote for the best table topic speaker and to give some feedback. If I can get a confirmation from Roland if the forms are ready. Okay.
Just before voting, I'm afraid to say that although Donglin's answer was amazing, but he couldn't make it on time, so he was disqualified. I'm sending this second vote.
Sorry, Donglin, but everyone was amazing tonight, as you said, Roland. So let us take 2 minutes to vote and to give some feedback to Suraya, and take some extra time as well to give feedback to our two speakers, since we did not take time before, for our speaker Connie and our speaker Diggins. You have 2 minutes to do all of that. Type fast. It's important to give feedback, so I really hope that you all give some feedback. Roland, are the minutes done? I can't see you if you're giving me thumbs up.
Yes, I hear you, thumb up, yes.
Thank you, Roland. Now it's time for the final part of the meeting. Let us welcome Khaled Shatila to evaluate our meeting today.
Thank you, Mary Jo. Toastmasters, esteemed guests, welcome to the finale of the meeting. Well, it is quite ironic since I get to be evaluating the general, well, I get to be the general evaluator, and I am late, which will make sense later on. In order for me to start this evaluation, I would like to call up on stage the speech evaluators. But before we do that, I would like to ask Roland to please repeat the rules for the evaluators, because you, Mary Jo, are coming up first. Thank you, Roland.
I'm sorry, Khaled, you asked me for the timing rules, right? Okay, I think you asked for them. For our evaluators, I'll be showing the green card. You can see it now on 2 minutes, the yellow card at 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and the red card at 3 minutes. As always, all of our participants will have 30 seconds to wrap up their evaluation. I can't wait. Best of luck to both our evaluators. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator Khaled Shatila.
Thank you, Roland. Our timer. Mary Jo, first evaluator, I would like to welcome you on stage.
Hello again, everyone, and hello, TM Connie. You asked us today, why more? I want to ask, what, 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 what can I ask more of but your speeches? I can't get enough of this speech, and I really hope that you come again to give another speech at Mercury Toastmasters because I was really inspired today. Let me give you a few points that I thought you excelled at during today's speech and some room for improvement that you can use for future speeches. I know that you are a very advanced speaker, but everyone can still improve. First of all, I would like to tell you that you had a great message. It was very inspirational. And myself, I gave the speech, my last speech actually that I did was about passion. So hearing you really resonated with me, and it was really motivational for all of us. So thank you for this great message. Another point is your vocal variety was amazing. How you started, how you raised your volume, and how you changed to accommodate your sense of humor. How you did the crying baby, the sound effect, that was really on point and it made us laugh. Which makes me go to the point of humor, which was your main objective after all. Your humor was on point in the beginning, especially you used your vocal variety to highlight your humor in the beginning with the crying. Your example, your humor was noticeable in the example when you said, I wanted him to be my boyfriend. So we all laugh on this point. Now for points that I think you can improve for later on, since I ended with the humor, I want to continue with the humor. You started very well, being funny, and really, we were all smiling, but I felt midway through it became serious and we didn't see too much humor after that. This is not a bad thing. In the contrary, it's normal that you start in a fun way, then you want to go inspirational and to motivate us with your message. But since your objective is to be more humorous, maybe try to challenge yourself and put on some more humor throughout your speech. Another point I want to mention is that it's true that you were very motivational and your message really resonated, but at the same time, you had a lot of examples. A lot of examples can be good, but at the same time, it can mix up your message. So at some point, you mentioned how we all cry as babies and how we grow up and want to be engineers and lawyers, but it's not, it's a good idea as well to be other than those things. You also mentioned Lebanon and how we grew out of the war. You mentioned yourself and your sickness. You mentioned a lot of things which linked a bit to your message, but because you had a lot of examples, maybe it distracted us a bit from your message. This is about your examples. And last, you need a better sitting position when you're online. I'm sure that you have no difficulty doing that when you're in a physical stage, but online it's more challenging. You were very close to your screen and you were looking a bit up from it, up to it. So, and we couldn't see your gestures very well. So try to have a screen that is farther from you, from which we can see your gestures, have better eye contact with you, and have better movements on a stage. Even if you're sitting, you can still sit and move and we can have a better view from you on the virtual stage. So all in all, Kanye, I was very inspired by your speech tonight. You gave us a lot of humor, but you can improve it even more, inserting humor throughout your speech. You gave us an inspirational message, but you can make it even more specific by making your examples shorter and more specific to your message. Thank you, Kanye, and I hope to see you again during our meetings. Back to you, Khaled.
Thank you, Mary Jo, for your very thorough evaluation of Kami. Now, the idea of evaluating a skilled speaker is very different than actually evaluating a newcomer on stage. So, Mary Jo, you are a skilled speaker. You've finished a complete path. You've had your mark. You've led the club twice, and you are even qualified to evaluate someone. So, first of all, another round of applause. The thing is, what I really love about your evaluations is that they are a list of everything that you possibly need to improve. Now, the idea with Connie is that she is a skilled speaker. She had these points and she worked on them on and on and on again. What you did this time, which I actually was interested in, which is a change from your behavior as an evaluator, you did not stop at praise. And a matter of fact, you had as much praise as you had points of improvement, which in the favor of Connie is more important than praise. A skilled speaker, after time, wants more information and more ideas in order to fill in the little gaps that they have in their lives. They don't need encouragement to show up on stage because they are more than qualified to be on stage. So with that, I would like to say thank you for shining a light on these points. And now for a more in-depth evaluation of your evaluation, I loved how you started in, hi, thank you for an amazing speech. You did this in a great way, you did that in a great way. You had emphasis a lot on the points that she did really well. And finally, you linked everything together in a very organized list that, hey, speaker, you need to do 1, 2, 3 in order to become better. And I love that. With that being said, I would like to introduce our second evaluator on stage, Connie, which is evaluating. Begin with that. So please, the screen is yours.
I hope you can see me better now. Diggins, Mittal, you did an excellent speech. It was about inspiring the audience. Well, as I said, the title was already very inspiring. Unfortunately, because of technique, I couldn't hear the very beginning. The sound wasn't really good, so I couldn't hear. But when I could hear you, you started with, I got a message. Well, if you say, I got a message, for sure, you inspire the audience to know more. So it's a very nice opening because you asked me to focus on your opening. The message was clear, inspiring was clear. Some tips to make it even better. From the beginning, you were standing with your glass and it went up and down now and then and it was there. I think it could be much more powerful if you talk, you inspire, you use both hands, you are free to use your hands. And then at the very end you say, and now I would like to bring a toast to Mercury, to Toastmasters. So then you really start instead of having the glass all the time in your hand. I think that could make a big difference. Another thing that might add a bit to the toast is vocal variety, pace of the speech. Now and then to speak a bit faster, and now and then to make it small, to vary more with that. You were standing, which was really good. And then you got the quote of Mr. Obama, yes, we can. You could emphasize that more, but it was a very good thing that you had that in the middle and that you talked about Mercury to inspire them, to give them power, to say what a great club they are. And despite everything what happened, that they're still going strong. I really like that. We kept this flame burning. Very nice sentence. So please keep this flame burning from empowering this club, giving more toasts, and let's be happy. And Happy New Year to all of you. Be strong, let the flame go on. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your evaluation for Dickon, Connie. You did a great job with the fact that you, my friend, had so little time to organize your ideas from a speech, from giving a speech, and then Organizing and then taking a small breather, then thinking to reorganize yourself and reassess yourself in order to prepare yourself mentally. I said yourself many times right now, in order to evaluate the speaker on stage. You barely had a breather. And for that, I would like to applaud you. You did a great job. Now, you did give a few valid points. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. My friend, what I love about Toastmasters general evaluations is that the word general evaluation is a very broad term because once an evaluator is on stage, they give personalized evaluations, even if they were in table topics or in any other setting. What you did is that you emphasized greatly on video, body language, and tonality. Something that every speaker should work on in order to perfect their speech, the way they handle themselves and the way they convey their message on stage. The thing is that we've never seen Digit in our lives except on screen. And I'm very sure that the tips that you gave him will make him a much better speaker. In the end, the word general in the general evaluator is for us all to improve. With that being said, thank you so much again. And now I would like to move on with our general evaluation segment. I would like to call up our grammarian on stage. Please, Yasmina, I want you to give us your thorough feedback on the meeting.
Thank you so much, Khaled, our general evaluator. Welcome everyone again and good evening. So tonight, I really would like to say it was a very good start of using the word of the day from the DTM. Connie, she used it more than one time, and I believe that many of us have used it as well. I would like to congratulate each one of you for using the word of the day. As for my report for tonight, I would like to shed light on some of the mistakes that can be improved. So instead of saying different, we can say, for example, several, little stuff, minimal stuff, the topic in specific. Instead, we can say this topic specifically. Surprisingly, I had very good sentences to share with you. We have inspired people to live, to do, to think, self-learning and positive change. We won't judge you, keep the lesson, something that can be considered, the least of my worries, slaves of the internet, still going strong, keep this flame burning from empowering this club. You can still find more good sentences during this meeting, and seriously speaking, this meeting had very good lessons to share with each one of us. And I believe, yeah, everyone also didn't use the word of the day as well. Excuse me if I didn't mention all of the names since we had some technical issues. So I would like to congratulate everyone for using the word of the day, for those who used it. And thank you, and back to you, Khaled Shattil, our general evaluator.
I will evaluate you when the time arrives. Now, our TTE, my personal favorite evaluation in the period. Abed, you're up.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so what an amazing way to wrap up our year, and a really amazing session in table topics. So let me first, we all had fun tonight, we all chuckled, and we all, of course, learned, because that's the point of evaluation. We're not here to criticize each other, we're here to give criticism in order to grow and learn. A point that Khaled emphasized, and I would like to emphasize again. So without further ado, let us start with tonight's contestants. I just noticed. So I'll repeat again. So what a way to wrap up our year. We all chuckled. And I really enjoyed. So again, evaluations are not just for criticism, they're a chance for us to grow. So without further ado, let's start with tonight's participants. Maria, your speech, your answer, which was, would you save your memory? You're tired? Okay. Would you save your memory on the Google Cloud? Now, I really like the way you started the answer and you first gave an answer, no, but then you shared a personal piece of you, which was you're a software engineer. You said, I'm a software engineer. So then you started giving your own opinion as Maria, but also your opinion as a software engineer, and that mixed up really great in the conversation. Now, the thing I want you to pay attention to, now there is no video monitor, so I'm just hijacking this position. Your shoulders were a bit boxed. So you were moving your arms, but your shoulders were like this. You're talking all the time. No, free yourself. Move on stage a bit. It's not a problem now. I know tonight we're limited because of the microphone, but still you can show more body language. But all in all, a great speech. Duncan, what would you make legal if something was illegal? Duncan, first of all, you presented something great in the speech, which is an anecdote, a story. You told us in Sudan, which is a Muslim country, so you gave details, you supported your narrative. You said, this happens here, and this here. So this is why. And then you supported your opinion. Why should people enjoy it? Why shouldn't people enjoy it? I don't want to force people to drink, but at the same time, I don't want to force them not to drink. You've supported your main thesis. However, if I were to notify you on one thing, you need to pay attention more to your timing, of course, and second of all, to your structure and the way you link your ideas. You had the ideas right there, but you should have taken a bit more time before answering just to link the answers together, to draw a link between them. But all in all, a great answer. Rima, an alternative for coffee. Now, as a personal caffeine addict myself, sadly, it's the way my job forces me to wake up early. Anyways, you gave an interesting answer, honestly. You said, okay, so first you related it to yourself. I'm a morning person, I need energy, I need to go to work. But then you also actually gave an alternative, a solution. I would drink tea, strong tea. And emphasis on the word strong tea. So first you said tea, then strong tea, as in, notice here I'm saying strong tea because normal tea doesn't cut it for me. So really, a really great answer and you were a bit limited by the frame of the camera, but still your movement gave life to your answer. Kamal, a world without internet, a question we get asked about a lot. Okay. So you actually started your answer really nice. You said 65 million years ago, the dinosaurs died for some reason. Probably they weren't vaccinated. Yeah, but then you said 65 million years later, we are here. A crisis happened and now we don't have the internet. You supported your idea and you kept on discussing it thoroughly. And then in the end, you gave one final nail in the coffin when you said people in the early 80s and 90s didn't have the internet. They still managed. Why can't we? So thank you very much for this answer. Now, and you said, didn't people live their lives? So you ended it on a question, which quizzes the attendees. So thank you very much for that, Kamal. Omar, your connection timed out. We asked you what is the thing you missed before COVID. You started your answer saying that you enjoyed attending personally in class because that helped you understand more. So now this is all of the answer that we got, but the structure of the one sentence answers. Let me just judge this one sentence answer by saying you gave us one example, which is attendance in class, and you supported that by saying you were able to understand clearly in person. So good for you, and hopefully we get to see you more and you get to show us your hidden talent more in the upcoming conversations. Deegan, okay, so you see here on the paper I used black marker, so on the other side it's not legible, so you can say I ran out of space, but I got creative. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be wowed and chuckle because I used body. So, Deegan, technology today. What technology would you rather have today? Now, excuse me. Now, due to network connection, I couldn't hear your answer very clearly, but despite all of that, and this is something I really applaud you on, despite the fact that I wasn't able to hear your answer very clearly, I was still able to understand your tone, to know the points that you're emphasizing on, which was aided by your body language. For example, when you said these countries, these times, as in you paused, shifted your tonality, and moved your body at the same time where you were making these emphasizing points, where you were emphasizing your points. So again, Digant, thank you for your speech and for your participation in table topics. And again, thank you all for attending our last meeting for the year, our last table topics for the year. So I would like to propose a toast. You know, after all, we are toast masters, for a great year and for many great years to come, and for great table topics. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Abdulrahman. Now I would like to evaluate the whole meeting based on appearance. No, not your clothing or your sense of humor, but the way you came up on stage. So first off, our Yasmina, our SAA, that I will be taking the chance very soon. Our SAA, Yasmina Masri. My friend used to talk, I heard from the little birdie that you started out great, as you always did. It's been 6 months now, so I think you will always start out great at SAA. You did emphasize on the rules for both the online members and the actual members that we are having here at the Olive Grove. Now, I would like to point out on a personal opinion is that how about we mix up the rules sometimes? Can we do that, Madam President? Oh wait, you're not the president anymore, we can do whatever we want. So yeah. Thank you, Yasmina, for being a great SAA this term. We all appreciate your existence. Coming out next, after the SAA, Madam President. Madam President, I assume that you came up on stage as a president and as a TNE at the same time. And you described what Toastmaster is, and what we do here, and why we do it. The area and all of the clubs that we have in the neighborhood, and the global village of a neighborhood. And then you moved on as your role as a TNE with really cool headlines. The stuff that only Florida man we can see. The word Florida man, you should have included in your headlines. Basically, it's a running meme on the internet that every weird thing that happens in the United States is done by someone definitely from Florida. We need to catch you up on that. With that being said, as a president, you did great. As a TNE, it was an amazing topic. Genuinely amazing topic. I really loved what I heard. It was funny, it was hilarious, and you had a small moral of the story at the very end, or like a small quirk, your own personal touch of Mary Jonas. So with that being said, thank you very much. Our timer, Bruno, thank you for coming on stage. Thank you for sharing the timing rules so efficiently. And you did text me about the timing rules, and with that being said, thank you for texting me and asking me more info, because no one can be so sure. I personally appreciate this, and I what's the word? I encourage people who take roles to ask other members that are efficient, and especially on the role taker group, about more rules. Yes, it is their duty to know, but it's more than okay to have another encouragement or something to say, yes, you need to do this 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Yasmina, I have to evaluate you again as a grammarian, and I do have some points written down. Concerning the word of the day, the point of the word of the day is to be used. The purpose of a word of the day is for us to chuckle on stage. It's for us to use it on stage. Now, the word chuckle is basic English. As much as I appreciate the word being used, I think we need to up the level. There are some clubs all around the world. I remember when I used to attend on the online platform that we had so many meetings with a higher level of vocabulary. concerning the word of the day. I'm not saying that the word of the day was not adequate enough, but I think we need to up our game, and I'm talking as a club, not just as you as a grammarian. With that being said, thank you very much. You did emphasize a lot on the great words and phrases that people said, and I was keen to figure out the wrongdoings or no, the grammatical mistakes that occurred on the spot. But luckily there weren't any. So this is great, actually. This means that our level in English as a club is really doing well. With that being said, thank you again, Yasmina. You were a great grammarian and an essay. Our TTM, Suraya. Suraya, well, the thing that I like the most, like and not like, that I love the most about you is that you are not afraid to add some controversy. Your questions, Soraya's questions were vivid, they were on the spot, and they tickled your fantasy in order to think. They did not have a huge introduction, and then, hey, what about this? That is something that is very different than the whole idea of the question. You stated a phrase, what would happen if we ran out of caffeine? And then, hey, what would happen? Can you please tell us? And this is why I applaud you for being straight to the point. I really wish that table topics could be more straight to the point for us to turn on our imaginary machine in our heads and to think for a better response. Thank you so much for doing that. Your questions were great. Excuse me. I do have a comment on the live presence. I really wish that we could have other guests in the live session come up on stage, but unfortunately we couldn't. With that being said, I need to move on to the very final chapter of the evaluation, which is the general evaluation of the whole base and the whole group. I believe that we need to work as the new Execom to get more live members on stage. We, as the live attendants of the Olive Grove, we had a problem in looking on the screen and trying to listen to what they have to say. It can't be seen on the stage. We are having connection issues, we are having vocal issues, and yes, as much as I want the people on the screen to progress and give out speeches, but I also, including myself, I want to push and to encourage other speakers to come on stage, especially the live Olive stage. For a problem that I thought we could not solve, like mitigate a little, since we were having an online attendance, shouldn't we have turned off the lights? I don't want to be seen, I want the online presence to be seen because they are giving out the stage. It's very difficult. But nevertheless, it was great. Thank you, even though we did start late because of me, and I'm sorry for that, but things happen. I would like to finally evaluate table topics, evaluate Abed. Abed, energetic as always, chaotic as always, creative as always. And that is your unique perk. What I think that you can improve is your organization. I think the idea of setting some points in order to, I even suffered of this personally, is to organize your own skills and your own words, listing them together, and then organizing and then evaluating 7 different speakers at the same time. Yes, it needs skill, it needs time, but you get better by time, you get better by practice. And there is one more thing. It is called the table topics evaluation for the whole session. When I understand that you were evaluating the people on screen, but we exist. I would have appreciated it if you, Khaled, the other Khaled, Suraya, Anjay, like we exist on stage. It was lovely. You were making contact with them in order for them to persevere. Yes, but we exist on live stage as well. And with that being said, I would like to give the stage back to our President and TND, Angel.
Thank you, Khaled, for this very, very thorough evaluation. Now I will. Now it's nearly time to end, but before that, let us take a minute to evaluate Khaled and myself as Toastmaster of the evening for the last time this year. I don't know if you can send. For the evaluators, I was not on time, so there will be no voting for evaluation. I have. If our live audience would like to try and scan it, we will try for next time to have it from the start. Some feedback, and also you can give some feedback for the meeting in general in the last section of the form. Okay, let us not keep everyone waiting. Roland, do we have the results ready? Okay, so drum rolls to see who is the best speaker. Roland, if you can share your screen. It's coming. And I really hope to see you again at Mercury. Your presence was really lovely today. Next, I think next is the best evaluator, which is no surprise. It should
Don't forget to send it to me.
Of course, we will, Connie, of course. Evaluator should be you as well, since I was not on time. Right, Renaud, we can. Okay, and the stable topics is Kamal Kassab. Thank you, Kamal, for your answer, and thank you, everyone. You were all great, and Kamal, it's been a while, I think, since I've seen you in table topics. So great job coming, attending, and winning the best table topics. Thank you, everyone. Now, before we close, I actually want to end the meeting with a few predictions of my own for the year. I hope you will enjoy them, because I know that with the leadership of Mercury for the next term, they might just as well all be achieved. Now, Toastmasters Club, Mercury Toastmasters becomes the top example for how to lead hybrid meetings. The members of Mercury Toastmasters worked hard to achieve the perfect setup and proved to the world the power that technology can have to help us lead meetings across the world. Now we're a bit far off from doing the perfect setup, but we're on the right track. Another piece of news. Okay, this image should have been for the others, so pardon me for that. Mercury Toastmasters member breaks world record for funniest table topics answered. The members of Mercury Toastmasters are known to have a good sense of humor, but in this particular meeting, a member surpassed himself by making the audience laugh so hard that the meeting had to be stopped. Khaled, was that you? Or will that be you or Abdelrahman maybe? So work hard to achieve this prediction, guys. And the last prediction, Lebanese member from Mercury Toastmasters wins World Championship of Public Speaking. Went all over the place. So I know that this can be achieved, maybe not next year, maybe it will next year, you never know. But it will be soon enough, because our club is headed the right way with the right leaders. So with that being said, the right leaders are now going to take over the club for the next term. It's time for me to close the meeting for the very last time. But first, actually, I have a small announcement now that I remember. We also have our contest season soon, which will be the start for us to reach the World Championship. So please contact our new PPE contest. Maybe Yasmina, it's a surprise for you, but it's now first time I'm announcing it. We have the table topics, the contest. We have the evaluation contest, and we have the humorous contest. And if you're eligible, there's also the international speech contest. You can contact me or Yasmina to verify if you're eligible or not. You should be level 2 of your pathway. So these are the contests that we have. They should be on the 18th of January for table topics and evaluation, and for the 1st of February for the humorous contest. So if you are interested, please get motivated and reach out to Yasmina. We will motivate you ourselves as well. So make sure to be ready to give the best humorous speech, or the best table topics, the best evaluation. We all have a lot of potential. Now it's the time for me to close the meeting for the very last time. I would like Suraya to join me on the stage for this. I would like to close this meeting and hand over the gavel to Suraya Nasser. Now, before you all go as well, I want us to take a group picture. If we can, the physical attendees will the online attendees, although the picture is not really visible, but if we can try it, it would be amazing. And Roland, if you can take care of taking the picture from your end online, and we will get someone to help us take the picture.
With the Christmas tree.
Amazing.
Okay. Yeah, we're a bit hot. Okay, this is my phone. Everyone on stage, if you can. Okay, we didn't take the picture yet. No, now.
Oh, really?
Yes. Like here. What are you doing? That's not here. Oh. Okay.
Before we take it, just please everyone make sure to show us your teeth. Smile.
No.
We can see the behind.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay. We're sporting. Okay. Thank you. Okay, amazing. Thank you. Okay, this is the end of the meeting. So for the live people, please join us for an after party.